everyone, this is Argama Witch and welcome back to Steins Gate. In the last episode, we got away from the viral attackers and found out that Fetus was kidnapped as a child and her dad had to ransom the IBN 5100 he had at the time in order to get her back. So let's jump into this, shall we? It's well past midnight and I'm still awake. My body hurts too much to sleep, and then there's the question eating at my mind. What should I do? How can I cancel the DMail that saved Fetus's father? My encounter with the man himself has given birth to unnecessary internal conflicts. I'm about to steal Fetus's father away from her. I need to do it to save Mayuri. But does that give me any right to play God? I hear a knock at the door, and the door opens.
Kyoma.
Kyoma?
Fetus.
Oh, Fetus, still awake. May I come in? Normally, Fetus would have added nya to the end of that question. Without waiting for my answer, Fetus steps inside. Look, she doesn't have her cat ears! Then she sits next to me on the bed. She's not wearing her cat ears. This is a very weird picture. Very weird. Thanks for earlier. When the viral gang started chasing me, I was really scared. Does she have a fever or something? Why is she talking normally? She usually pretends to be a cat girl. Does this mean she's not using her Fetus persona right now? Is this the real Akiha Rumiho? It's actually refreshing to hear Fetus talk normally like this. It excites me for some reason, like she's showing me a side of herself that no one has ever seen. That was the first time I ever felt such black emotion from a huge crowd of people. Those guys were obsessed with black. She slaps me on the knee lightly. Come on, I'm trying to be serious. What? Even her retort is normal. The person sitting in front of me isn't the cat-eared maid, and she isn't the Rainet champion. She's just a normal girl. Does it still hurt? No, I'm fine. Kyoma, Okabe-san. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't been there. I shiver just thinking about it. Don't correct yourself like that. Just call me what you usually do. Fetus sighs. Anyway, Kyoma, I can't thank you enough. Thank you, honestly. You know, Kyoma, you're my prince. Prince? What's with the fairy tale talk? She's giving me goosebumps. This calls for Hoin Kyoma. I am not a prince. I'm an insane mad scientist and... Before I finish, Fetus throws herself on top of me. She wraps her arms around me tightly. Fetus? I want you to call me Rumiho. No, Fetus is Fetus, remember? This is bad. What should I do? What does Fetus want? Hey, I think it's time to end this. You went back in time and risked your life to save me. So I want to grant your wish too. But I swallow the rest of my words. Granting my wish would mean erasing her father's existence. My heart aches. It was like this with Suzuha too. I erased everything that Suzuha had shared with us in 2010, including her memories of meeting her father. I did it for the sake of my personal goal to save Mayuri. Must I once again sacrifice someone else's dream? It was on my 8th birthday. Still clinging to me, Fetus looks down and begins her story. I wanted Papa to take a break from work so he could spend time with me. Papa's company wasn't as big back then, so he worked every day from morning to night. I never got to see him. The present I wanted most was for him to spend one whole day with me. And Papa promised. He promised to spend the entire day with me no matter what. But something came up and he had to break his promise the day before. I was so afraid that Papa didn't really love me. So on my birthday, I ran away from home. I wanted to make Papa worry. Bettis pauses here for a time. Then she looks up at me and continues with tears in her eyes. The plane Papa was on made a bad landing. Only one person died in the accident. Everyone else was unharmed. Don't tell me. The only casualty was Papa. That was before the world line changed. I couldn't believe the world would be so cruel to me. I hate you, Papa. You should just die. Those were the last words I ever said to him. And that's how our relationship ended forever. I can hear the tears in her voice. I love him, so why? Why did I say those things to him? I always felt guilty for what I said. I always wished I could go back in time, change what happened. And then, did fate guide us to each other? When I heard you talking about your time machine, I thought I was being given a chance. Feris, Rumiho. That's enough for today. You don't have to say anything more. No, let me finish. Feris doesn't let go of me. She sniffles and wipes away her tears, putting on a smile. I'm okay now. Papa came to save me, so I know how much he really loves me. I really enjoyed having this time to spend with him. It was like a gift to us from the heaven. But now you need to change things back to the way they were. But Mayushi's a very important friend to me. If Mayushi's in danger, I'll do anything to save her. I'm sorry. Weren't you listening? This current reality isn't reality at all, but rather a gift to my father and me. Or maybe I should call it a dream. Papa doesn't belong in this time. You're just turning things back to normal. Thank you for letting me have this dream, Kyoma. Are you really okay with that? Feris buries her face into my chest. Actually, I'm not okay at all. I remember how things were before the world changed. But I also remember how everything was after the world changed, you know? I'm actually kind of freaking out right now. What happened before the change and after the change are all mixed up inside of me. I don't know which one is real anymore. But if I try to fight it, it'll make you sad, won't it? I don't want to make you sad. You're my prince after all. Well, we can do something. There might be a world where you don't lose your dad and Mayuri doesn't die if we try. It's okay. I've accepted it. I don't want to run away anymore. There's nothing I can say to that. So instead, I tightly embrace her slender body. Thank you. Hey, is it okay if I cry a little before we change things back? Is it okay if I cry for Papa? She's already crying, but I don't say anything. Instead, I silently nod. Fetis's body trembles with emotion as I hold her. Her father is sleeping in the room next door, so she probably doesn't want him to hear. She cries into my chest, muffling her sobs. It's almost noon. I feel dizzy. It's like my brain is rusty, my whole body is heavy with fatigue. The pain from my wounds has subsided, thankfully, but in the end I couldn't sleep a wink. I promised Fetis that we would commence the operation at noon. Until then, we waited at Fetis's apartment. I've already contacted Daru and the others back at the lab. I told them we'd be performing the experiment today. Kyoma.
Felice.
Felice. I can see the traces of tears on her face. The sight makes my heart ache. I'll go say my last goodbyes to Papa now. Papa now, nya? Oh? Her usual speaking habits returned the second she donned her cat ears. What a nifty piece of equipment. Let me be alone with Papa for a while, nya? Maybe I should say wait. Maybe I should say sorry. But I say nothing to Fedis's back as she heads to her father's study. By the time Fedis finishes her farewells with her father and comes out of the study, the phone wave, named subject to change, his settings are already complete. I contact Daru at the lab to make sure the Braun Tube Workshop 42-inch CRTV is turned on. Now all I have to do is send the DMail. But I hesitate. Instead of meeting Fedis's eyes, I look down at my feet. Eternal separation from her father. I wonder what Fedis is thinking now. Don't be like that, Kyoma. You've done nothing wrong, yeah. But... Nya, no more talking, yeah. Okay. I can't stay sad when Fedis is trying to cheer me up. I steel myself for whatever I need to do. Yesterday, just before she left the room, Fedis told me the contents of the first email she sent. 100 mil for your kid. Take the train. That mail stopped her father from getting on the airplane. As a result, he didn't die. But that wasn't the only effect it had on the timeline. Her father needed to sell the IBN 5100 to prepare the 100 million ransom. As a result, Fedis never donated the IBN 5100 to the Yanabayashi shrine. With her father alive, Fedis didn't participate in Akihabara's city development conferences. Otaku-oriented businesses never took root in Akiba. May Queen plus Niao Square never opened. Fedis wasn't as busy, which allowed her to join the Rainet tournament circuit. In other words, this world line's Fedis has a normal life. On the other world line I came from, Fedis was not only a student, but also the heir to her father's company, an influential member of Akihabara's development board, and a part-time maid waitress. Which life is better for her? Which will give her greater happiness? That's not my decision, it's hers. And her decision is to return to the way things were. I'm just here to help her wake up from the stream. Fedis has already entered the cancellation DMail. JK on the ransom. I love you, Papa. See you soon. These are Fedis's true last words from her father. When we change things back, will my memories of this world disappear, Nya? Of course not. You'll remember. You'll have memories from both worlds right now, don't you? Is that why you're so desperate to help Fedis, Nya? That's open to your interpretation. I feel my cheeks get warm, so I hang my head to hide my face. Fedis doesn't want to forget her time with Kyoma, Nya. Thank you. I take Fedis's phone. I'm sorry, Fedis. I lied to you. So at this point, we pick up the phone and we send the DMail and we continue with the story. Or, which I'm going to do for this episode, is we're going to get Fedis's ending, so we're not going to send the DMail. When we change things back to the way they were, your memories of this world line will most certainly disappear. Perhaps another miracle will happen, and you'll regain your memories of this world line too. But I can't be sure. There's no guarantees. And so, I will engrave these memories into my heart. The memories of Fedis, the Rainet champion. The memories of her father, who gave thanks to a stranger like me for protecting his daughter. And I will carry them for you always.
それじゃあ
Bye-bye, Papa.
バイバイパパ
It must be done. For Mayuri's sake. I must erase Fetus's memories just like I did Suzuha's. There's no other way. I give Fetus back her phone.
今日も
Kyoma? No.
俺はまだ
I won't let this dream end yet.
夢を終わらせたくはない。
Don't jump to conclusions. We should explore other methods. After all, her father's life hangs in the balance.
別の方法を
Let's try another
試して
way.
みよう。お前のパパさんも。
I can't kill your dad.
今日
Kyoma?
もごめんにゃ
I'm sorry, Nya.
フェイリスが迷わせちゃったにゃ
Fetus led you astray, Nya.
いや、
No, it's okay. This is my decision. I don't have what it takes to be a god.
決めたことだ。
That burden is too much for me to bear. Fetus's father is still at home, so we go to the UPX cafe to talk. Fetus orders a sandwich.
それで今日まには
Do you
他
have
に何
something in
か方
mind,
法があ
yeah?
るのか
これは賭けになるが、
It's a gamble,
フェイリスパパに送る D メールの内容を変更
but
す
we
る。
can change the contents of the DMail you sent.
じゃあフェイリス
We're
が
not going
最
to
初に
cancel
送っ
the
た
first
狂言
prank
の
mail,
脅迫
yeah?
メールは
そういうことになる。
Exactly.
IBN5100 が
I win as long as I get back the IBN 5100. Your
フ
father
ェイリ
doesn't
スパ
need
パ
to
が死ぬ
die.
必要なんてない。
Right as I say that, the employee comes to us with a sandwich and drinks. She looks startled. We're talking about a game. The employee forces a smile at my lame excuse and then heads back inside. I turn back to Fetus.
だから例えば
I think we
D
should
メー
send
ル
a
の内
D-mail
容を
that
こう
says
すれば
something like,
IBN5100 を
Give the
Okabe
IBN
Rintaro に渡すまで
5100 to Okabe
絶対
Rintaro.
に手放すな。
I think 10 years is about the limit of how far back we can send D-mails. The phone mail didn't become widespread until then. Lukaku's mom's pager was a special case, but even that was still limited in the 1990s. So I don't think we can do anything fancy, like tell Fetus's dad to start stockpiling IBN 5100s in 1975.
でも
But you know, back then, Papa's company was down and he didn't have much capital, yeah.
フェイリスが誘拐されたと知ったら
I doubt you could say anything to stop him from selling the IBN 5100 if he needed money to save me, yeah? Fetus frowns and takes a bite of her egg sandwich.
それは書き方次第だ。
That depends on
最
what
初
we
の D メールに
send.
関連させてしまえば、
If we make it seem like it came from the kidnappers, then your father has to find another
レ
way.
トロ PC 収集家なら
He's a retro
他にも売れ
PC
る PC
collector,
はたくさん持
so
って
he
いた
should
んだ。
have plenty of other PCs he could sell, right?
そんなのは結局大した額
He
には
wouldn't get
な
enough
らない
money with those, yeah. Back then, the IBN 5100 was the only one people would pay through the nose for,
相手が
yeah.
いたっていうだけなのに
そこはお前
Then
にう
this
まくや
is
ってもら
something
うしかな
only
い。
you can pull off.
改めて言うが、
I'll say it
これ
again.
は賭けだ。
This is only a bet. A bet to escape the responsibilities of a god.
改変によって世界線がどの程度
How
動
will
く
the
のか。
world line change? What will that new world line bring?
改変され
I
た世
don't
界
have
線
the
がどんな
answers.
もしかすると
It may become a world line where neither Mayuri nor your father can be saved,
逆
but
に
it could also be one where
どちら
both
も
can.
確信なんて俺にもないんだ。
There's no way to be sure,
だが
but I can't lay
このまま
I
じゃいけ
can't
ない。
leave things the way they are. I can't let Mayuri die,
マユリを死なせるこ
and
と
I
も
can't let your
フェイ
dad
リスパパ
die.
を死なせる
A
ことも
gamble, all or nothing.
俺にはできない。
Is Fetus alright with that? Two lives hang in the balance. I don't want to be making the decision that affects whether people live or die, but I can't think of any alternative.
京馬がそう決めたな
If
ら
that's your decision, then it's okay with me, yeah?
本当に
Really?
パパのこと助
I
け
know
よう
what
と
you're
してくれてるんだって
I know that you're trying to save Papa, yeah?
だから感謝
And
した
I'm
い
really
ぐらいに
grateful for that, yeah?
京馬のこと
I think I'm falling in
本
love
気
with
で
you,
好きにな
yeah?
っちゃい
からかも
Don't tease me like that.
からかってなんて
But
な
I'm
いな
not just teasing, yeah? Fetus pouts cutely.
京馬はフェイリ
Does
スみたい
Kyoma
な
hate
女は
girls like me,
嫌
yeah?
い
She stares into my eyes, saying nothing.
さすがメイク
No
イン
wonder
ディア
you're
ンの
Maid Queen's
人気
number
ナン
one
バーワン
maid.
メイドだな。
You know how to flatter your
客へのこぎ
customers.
方。
そういう
I
風
don't
に
like
は
it
ぐ
when
らかす京
Kyoma
馬
dodges the
嫌いにゃ
question, yeah. She makes a sad face and drops her shoulders. don't tell me that was a real confession of love to me. Sure, Fedis is cute. I don't have as much trouble dealing with her as I used to. I could certainly get used to the idea of being with a girl like her. I'm a man after all, and any man would be overjoyed to win the heart of a girl like Fedis. But this is no time for romance. Fedis, let's do this together.
いい結果になると
It'll come out all right. Trust me.
フェリスの質問には答えてく
I
れ
guess
ない
you're
んだ
never
な
gonna answer me,
しょ
Nya.
ぼーん
Fedis looks a little sad, but after a deep breath, she smiles again. I'm with you, Kyoma. Let's send that DMail, Nya.
その D メール送ってみようにゃ
We have our plan. Will the dice come up odd or even? Not even God knows. I take Fedis with me to the lab, and daughter weeps tears of joy at her safety. Mairi jumps on her with a hug. Kurisu keeps reading, her expression aloof. I tell the three of them I'll explain later, though I don't know if I'll get the opportunity since we're changing the past, and head with Fedis straight to the development room. Fedis has already written the DMail. The root of the problem is her fake ransom demand, which causes her father to sell the IBN 5100. This is a second threatening email written to prevent that. This time, the arrival is 1 hour after the first email. I set the timer and exchange glances with Fedis.
もう
There's no turning back.
世界線が変わっても京馬のこと
It
覚え
hope
ていられるといいにゃ
I hope I still remember you, Nya, after the world line changes. Even that is no guarantee. This isn't like Suzuha's case, where I returned to a warped world line back to normal. We're warping it even more. I wouldn't be surprised if there were changes more drastic than the elimination of Moe from Akiba.
フェイリスが忘れてしまっても
Even if you forget, I'll
俺は
remember.
覚えている
京馬
Kyoma,
手を握ってほしい
I
に
wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold hands. I take Fedis' hand and activate the
いい
microwave.
ぞフェイリス
Go for it, Fedis.
送信
Sending Yan. Whoa. That brought it even closer back. The warmth of Fedis' hand suddenly disappears from mine. What? The summer sun fills my distorted vision. Next comes the noise of Akiba, the voices of the crowds, and the theme songs of electronic shops.
これは
This is teleportation? I realize I'm standing on Chudori right in front of Animate. Animate? The anime shop? I scan the
萌
street.
え系ショップが
All the Moe
Because the
stores
same-
are back. The world line must have changed. That's evident from the fact that reading Steiner kicked in. Fedis, however, is nowhere to be seen. Even though we were standing next to each other just a moment ago, hand in hand, she disappeared. Did her very existence disappear? No, that's absurd. I refuse to accept that. So did our plan work, or are things even worse now? I need to explore the new world line. I head to Tennoji's residence to find Nei there, home alone. I managed to convince her to let me in. The divergence meter is in there, as expected. What? The first digit is blank. Now it reads 0.275349%. Is it broken, or is there a reason for the missing digit? Anyways, better make a note of this number on my phone. When I checked the divergence meter after erasing our memories with Suzuha, the number was always above 0.4%. The current number is significantly lower now. But the bigger question is that missing first digit.
誰
Who are
です
you?
か
What do you want?
うちに
Nei
何の
peeks
用
at me
です
from
か
behind the sliding door. She's acting even more afraid than usual. I don't want her to tattle on me to her dad. I better calm her down
い
somehow.
きなり押しかけて
Sorry for the sudden visit. I'm done.
ちなみに
By the way,
この家の
your old
場所は
man's the one who showed
お
me
前
how
の
to get
親父さ
here.
んに教えてもらったのだ
That doesn't seem to alley her nervousness much. She still doesn't come any closer.
ですか?
Who are you? Please get out.
もう出
If
て
you
ってく
don't,
だ
I'll
さ
call
い
the police. And my daddy's really, really strong.
Huh?
Eh? What's going on here?
誰ですかって
Who am I? Come on, we've met a number of times.
たまお前の親父さんの店の
I
2階
rent
を
out the
借りて
second
る
floor
だ
of
ろ
your old man's
Well, I
shop,
didn't
remember?
お父さん
Help, daddy.
いやいやいやちょっと
Whoa,
待て
now hold on a second.
ひどいことしたら
If you touch me, I'll bite my tongue and die.
いやしないから
I'm not gonna touch you,
という
okay?
より
You really don't remember me?
本当に俺のことを
Nay shakes her
覚え
head
ていないの
frantically.
会ったこともない
We've never met? She nods.
それは
Oh, sorry about that. I'm friends with your old man.
用は済んだから
I'm done here, so I'll be
もう
going
帰る
now.
よ
My thoughts are all jumbled, but I force a smile and hide my confusion and leave the Tenoji residence behind. Something like this was bound to happen. It's a small comfort, but I knew the risks when I chose this path. Given that canceling the Suzuha DMail only changed divergence by 0.07% to the change of 0.2% likely means a dramatic shift in the world lines, at least from my perspective. It's entirely possible that the past events on this world line, my relationships including, are very different from what I remember. As proof, with the sole exception of Fetus, all contacts have disappeared from my phone. That's nothing but pure horror to me. To save Mayuri and Fetus's father, we warped the fabric of the time even more than it had been warped already. To lose everyone other than Fetus, that would be unbearable. That can't have happened. They can't have disappeared. I'm sure they still exist. My phone is just broken is all. Yeah, that's probably it. I knew this might happen. I accepted the risks. But at the same time, I don't want my relationships with my friends to change. I hold that desperate wish in my mind. Mayuri, Daru, and Kurisu should be in the lab like usual. Once I get there, Mayuri will greet me cheerfully, right? I climb the stairs to the second floor, praying that everything will be alright. And there, I realize my prayers were for naught. The second floor is vacant. And of course, the time leak machine is nowhere to be found.
メイクインは
So May Queen exists. Still in a daze, I wander to the maid cafe in search of a familiar face. It feels like 10 years since I last saw that cat logo. I take a deep breath and open the door.
お帰りなさいませ、ご主人様。
Welcome back, Master. And on that note, I'm going to leave this episode here. If you're enjoying the series and you want to see more from me, then please subscribe and do all that YouTube shit. And in the next episode, we're going to see what happened since we didn't send that initial DMail. So I'll see you then.